Okey doke.
You ready, Nance?
Yep.
All right.
Where's Sylvia?
Or not.
She's a ghost. She ghosted us. I'd like to call the Verona Borough Workshop Meeting to order of November 28th. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Oh,
Sylvia, sir.
Ms. Provenza? Present. Mr. Florida?
Here.
Mayor Sufrio?
Here.
President Sachevich?
Present.
Trish is
Yeah, Zoom. She's on.
Trish Redstack Showalter?
There, here
She's
she.
here, she's on Zoom.
He's on her phone.
Ms. Carpenter?
Present.
Mr. Craig?
Present.
Mr. Long?
Christmas.
Any additional emergency agenda items? None? Registered comments from the public.
Go back.
But
Do we need a motion to advertise the budget?
we did that last meeting.
Oh, we did, okay.
We did it with a certain date.
No problem.
Yeah, we
Okay.
did most of the advertising except for one last meeting.
No problem.
I questioned it earlier, that's why.
Okay.
Registered comments, we have Lee Ann Swigger from Chase Bank Branch Manager. Please come to the podium. State your name and address, and you got
Hi, my name is Leanne Swagger. My address is 74 Allegheny River Boulevard in Verona, PA. That is in the shopping plaza. That is the business address. I actually reside in Butler, Pennsylvania.
you got a nice ride every day.
I do get a nice ride every day. It's actually very scenic.
Yeah.
I tell you that. So good evening. My name is Leanne Swagger. I'm the Vice President, Branch Manager of our newest business in your borough, which is Chase Bank. And thank you for having me this evening. The history of our bank dates back into the 1700s. There is a lot of rich history around Chase Bank, and it has evolved over the years. We are currently present in 48 contiguous states and over 100 countries. Right now, the US population is within a 10-minute drive of a Chase branch. In 2019, we decided to extend our growth efforts into Pittsburgh, as we call our network expansion efforts. We have opened 25 successful branches since this launch, with your very own Allegheny Verona branch being number 26, opening on December 5th of this year, which will be our last branch in our network expansion in Pittsburgh for this year. We're going to establish 30, but this will be the last one for this year, which is in your very own borough. Our purpose for the clients in the community in which we serve is to make dreams possible for everyone, everywhere, every day. We make impact at a scale because we think bigger, chart unique paths, and bring more dreams within reach for those we serve. Together, we strive for equity, expand access and economic opportunity, financial health, and work to uncover solutions that change lives. We are global. We help unlock opportunities and realize dreams of all kinds for more and more people and organizations around the world, in neighborhoods and nations, families and communities, and for all of our people who are nurturing plans and ambitions of their own. We are relentless. For more than 200 years, we have been in perpetual motion, using our foresight and fortitude to uplift dreams and build for the future. Propelled by progress, we think in decades, not days. Constantly striving for better, our work is never finished. We are also committed to the communities in which we serve. All branches participate in community volunteer events. Here in Verona, we've already participated in 2, which was one of the Verona community picnic that you had here, which I met Nancy there. And we also participated in a trick or treat here locally. Our community center branches improve banking and financial health education in the underdeserved communities. Please feel free to let us know if we can contribute to the community and the engagements in any way. We would be more honored to serve the community in which we are part of. In conclusion, Chase Bank is here to uplift and build the community in which we serve. We are a 100% consultative bank. We are not here to sell you on a product. We are here to educate you and your borough financial health through our team of experts. Our team of experts include the branch manager, which is myself, our business relationship manager, our private client advisor, which joined me today, which is Greg Walsh, our home lending advisor, and of course, your own community branch team, which is located here in Allegheny, Verona. We want to take your financial worries, hopes, and dreams and help you sleep better at night by being part of not only your community, but your family as well. Any questions for me?
Well, we want to welcome you to Verona, that's for sure.
Thank you.
And thanks for,
Your skirt's really.
My
cute.
skirt's really cute. Thank
I'm a
you.
clothes Girl.
I am a clothes girl myself.
Oh.
Yeah, so thank you very much.
Why'd they close the drive-through?
So we do not have drive-throughs at our facility. So we want more one-on-one time, so we have walk-up. We do have a drive-through in the parking lot that you can use ATM, but we like to be face-to-face with all of our clients. More personal touch.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
does anybody have any questions for them?
So you don't have to answer the whole question, but I'm just thinking, you know, in the event that we would want to transfer our business interests to your bank, what is your, like, how do you serve larger business? There's a lot of fees and things like that.
So I can tell you, if that is something that you are interested in doing, we can actually schedule a meeting with you. We could do our business relationship manager could come, and also our One Chase partner, Greg, who's with me today. We could actually set up a meeting with you. We do have a conference room in the bank, so we could set up a meeting and all of you can come, or a few of you can come, and we can sit down and go over that with you we can put you on the calendar and actually give you that time. And then our One Chase partners and myself will sit down with you and go over your assets and see what's best for you and your community.
Okay, thanks.
So we do,
Has to be tiered by the organization.
you can come up, great.
That's okay. That's basically the way it works. So all the more the local businesses, there's an in-house person that is in that branch. For large relationships, there's someone that covers basically like a circuit or an area. And then for very large relationships, we have a group in Chicago that comes to service those relationships.
But everything's tailored to your specific needs. So that's why we have a team of One Chase experts that a lot of banks don't have. So we can make sure that we tailor to your own personal needs, whether it be through your business or your own personal account. That's what we strive in. And like we said, we're 100% consultative. So there's no fee for you to come in to learn about Chase or meet with one of our One Chase partners. It's something that we want to do to get back to the community.
If they were to go with Chase, is it a very big and complicated transaction? From changing from one bank to another,
We do our best to make sure that we make it as seamless as possible. Our One Chase partners actually do work outside in the community, so they can actually come to you. You do not need to come to the branch. Our One Chase partners can actually come to you and help you do that banking right here.
I guess then my question would be, how many municipalities do you currently do in this area?
I cannot answer that question at this point because we're just
You're talking
opening.
about fund balances and funds, that's the reason I would ask.
Yeah, like I said, it's tiered. So Chase Banks at this point, the University of Pittsburgh, right?
Okay.
So it's we run the gamut, let's call it.
Okay.
And then from a municipality, that's kind of depending how many entities do you guys have under your umbrella? And again, that's a conversation we can have, you know, between a business banker and then that business banker will kind of decide which route would be the best one to take.
Yeah, so if you wanted to set up that meeting, we could definitely do that for you. Somebody could reach out to the bank and then we could get our business banker to come in and meet with you privately, and then they could cover that with you, and they could come right here to do that with you guys. So we can actually come into the field. You do not have to come into the bank for us to service you for those needs.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we got you, Trish.
Can you guys? Okay, great. Yes, present. Apologies. Hi, this is Trish. I'm sorry I'm not there in person tonight. I want to reiterate everyone's welcome. Several of us are also on our Chambers of Commerce. I was wondering if you could put it on your calendars if it's not there already to also come to our Chambers meeting. The next one will be the third Tuesday in January.
For Chase to show up where?
Chamber.
The Chamber of Commerce. When is it?
Yes.
And what time is that?
7.
Also at 7 p.m.
Yes, I can definitely do that. I gave my business card, so if somebody can email me the invite, I can definitely put that on my calendar and I will be there.
Yeah, so that would be.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
They're,
sure.
I don't think they're having one, this month.
For December?
December.
Okay,
So it'll be January.
okay.
In
Yes.
January.
January 16th? Well, it looks like Greg already got my calendar for me. So Greg and I will be there.
It's right after your ribbon cutting, so.
Oh, nice. Well, you guys can all come to my ribbon cutting and remind me to be there. Okay, okay.
Good idea, Trish.
Yeah, thank you. We'd be excited to be there. Any other questions for me? Well, thank you guys so much for letting me be part of your meeting tonight and welcome us to the community. We're very excited to be here.
Very good. Welcome and good luck.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you.
both of you for coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you all.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay, at this time, we'll go to comments from the public. If there's any comments from the public, raise your virtual hands or come to the podium. I see none at this time. So I'll move on to comments from the advisory board and commissioners.
I just wanted to put out a reminder, some of us won't be here, but the BOP Trail Committee members will be attending the Parks and Rec Board meeting on December 11th at 6:30 PM.
Where's that at?
Here.
Here.
Can I add to that? I just wanna say that Brown Parks and Rec had a team building event at the Puzzle Room in Pittsburgh, Radio Boulevard on November 13th at 7 PM. That was a very successful team building event. And yes, I was also gonna add the next Rec meeting is Monday, December 11th at 6:30, right here in the representatives involved.
Very good, thank you. Okay, discussion items. I got a few things. I know I'm gonna forget somebody, so I'm just gonna say thank you to all involved in the Jolly Jamboree extravaganza that happened down here with the events during the day and the bonfire at night. Thank you to the fire department for being down there for the bonfire. And thank you for everybody that assisted in making the Jolly Jamboree go off without a hitch. I know the street crew was out, the police were out, Steph, everybody was out, so I don't want to not say somebody because I don't want nobody mad, but thank you. We are going to move the December 12th business meeting to 6 PM. And we'll do that under action items. We're going to cancel the December 26th workshop meeting. That's going to be canceled.
Do we need to vote on that or anything?
Craig said no,
Okay.
we can just cancel it.
Yeah, Craig said we could just cancel it.
That's good, because I won't be here.
What's that?
That's good, because I wouldn't be here.
I wouldn't either, so, and there's no way I'm zooming.
So, we've talked, a bunch of us, about changing the meeting schedule for 2024. Right now, the meetings are the second Tuesday of the month and the last Tuesday of the month. We are going to change it to the second Tuesday of the month, and the workshop is going to be the fourth Tuesday of the month. So every week every month it'll be the second Tuesday of the month and the fourth Tuesday of the month. And that will be published and everything in the papers and online and all the social media outlets. Trish has a packet here for council committees interest form. Should like everybody to fill it out and get it back to.
I will email it
Okay.
tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Well, tomorrow afternoon. But
What their choices are and why and everything, she has it, it's all printed out and what she'd like to, so we can make our choices for next year.
I think it's also fillable online if you want to do it that way.
again, I will email it after tomorrow afternoon.
Thank
And you also have a paper copy if you need one. Thank you.
And last but not least, I'd like to have a quick exec session after this meeting for personnel, and we do not have to come back. That's all I have. Mayor,
Couple items here. Just want to give an update on the chief's condition. I spoke to him Sunday night and he's still in a lot of pain and moving slowly. And pretty much that's about it as far as the update. As many know that he was injured in a domestic a week yesterday, early morning. And He occurred an injury on his back. And I did send him, a lot of people have texted me, giving, asking me to give him their regards and prayers, to get well, and I did send that, with a list, and he emailed me back, I think it was Thursday of last week, and he was very grateful, and, for the people caring about his condition. So,
Along them lines, there's been a few fruit baskets and things delivered here for him. So just
Yeah.
so the people know that, the communities wishes him the best.
yeah, and if you'd like to send a card, send it to the borough building and we'll get it forwarded to him or whatever. The other thing is Wildwood Avenue, we discussed about putting a welcome Verona sign. Where were we at
We got Penn Hills, okay, but we have to check with, it was pointed out that if we're mowing lawn on property that isn't in the borough,
They're not gonna do that. I brought that up.
that you told us we were mowing the lawn.
Well, I didn't say we were going to. He asked, but him and I talked, John and I talked, one of the owners, and he would just like to see it when the sign's up, something very decorative underneath it, flowers or some type of little wall with some put underneath it.
Maybe talk to, Run Garden Club, if they might be interested in doing something like they did down at.
Yeah, not a
Riverbank Park.
Yeah,
Like
something
that.
like that, something to make it look attractive, and I told him I apologize, I thought I did bring that up, but I guess I didn't. But I told him I would, run it across the board.
Danny Showalter is the president of the Run Garden Clubs.
Oh, okay.
That might be a perfect
Yeah,
project, nice little small project to start with, for them to get the feet out.
well, and it's up to the board, I don't know if we, we can get contact with John again. And, we can, start to put it up before the ground really, starts to freeze, and, come springtime, then we can arrange to have something put underneath it, decorative, make it look appealing.
I can agree with that, if it solves the mowing of the grass under the sign
Well,
problem,
I explained.
and
to
he'll
him.
cut all around it, right?
Yeah. And I have just one quick comment. I've noticed throughout Verona, probably 95% of the streetlights, if not 100%, are all LEDs in the alleys and throughout town.
They've been changing them, I've
Yeah.
noticed, yeah.
Yeah. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Yeah, that's great, you're shedding a lot of light.
Yeah, they are.
Great.
Thanks, Mayor. Borough Manager Stephanie?
Yeah, I am going, hold on. Get on the screen, so hold on 1 second. Excuse me 1 second, it's being a little painful. All right. Oh, okay, there we go. What you have in front of you is the second presentation of the 2024 budget. We reviewed it the first time on November 12th. We're reviewing it right now. The only difference between this budget and the last budget is we made it a little more reader friendly. So that you don't have to actually go blind trying to read it. Here is the timeline that we are proposing. We're reviewing it right now at the workshop meeting. We will advertise it on the 30th. It will be up for public to be review for 10 days and hopefully adopted on December 12th. What we will do this time, instead of overviewing expenses and stuff, we will overview each fund, making it easier for each person to look through the funds. The first fund that you will be looking at will be the general fund. highlighted items for everyone is we have now a contracted person who provides, code enforcement to the borough 15 hours per week. We have received grants. The last budget we had received for 3 homes, we are now up to 4 homes for demolition. So that includes 204 West Railroad, 473 Union, 812 First, and 523 East Railroad. And we, of course, are still working on hiring more police officers. Our estimated fund balance at the end of 2023 is to be around $423,543. Our estimated revenue is a little over 2.13 million. And our proposed expenditures are 2.111 million, which leaves us with an estimated fund balance of which I can't read because of course my thing's on the cover of $442,000, 485
Yeah, $442,485.
$85, sorry. Well, you know, either way.
So that's different than what's on paper? It's not by much, but it's.
It is, and I will tell you why. I am so sorry. We redid the budget a little bit and I didn't redo those numbers. I'll fix it. We'll end up at $443.355. So it actually goes.
How about
up.
443,000?
Dollars, even in the pound, you're getting hundreds of thousands.
It's been a long, it's been a long time coming. So it went up a little bit because we decreased some costs and extra. So as you can see, everything shows up. This would be your general fund. Your general fund is going to be the budget, the biggest budget that we carry all year long. This is administrative, tax collection, government, fire, ambulance, public works, parks. This is also the revenue where the real estate taxes go, the local taxes go, the business, rent, you name it, all of that's gonna go in there. Any questions on the general fund? Besides the fact that I forgot to change that number. What I get for cutting and pasting at the last minute. Next up is the sewer fund. In 2024, there will again be a 7% increase. This is required through Alcoasand. There's not much we can do about that, so you will see an increase in your sewer fund. The sewer fund repayment as of November 22nd, 2023, it is at $475,000 is owed to the fund. We know that a little over 30,000 has already been written off in expenses. Approximately 6,000 will be written off towards debt from November and December, and there will be a $60,000 repayment from the general fund. And that will be made in December. The approximate amount owed to the fund as of 12/31/2023 is $409,000. In the budget for 2024, we have $51,000 written off towards the debt within our expenses. There will be no extra money put towards this fund next year. And you can see that budget in front of you. Some of these numbers are dictated to us by Alcoasand. Others of these, so we have some grant monies coming in to do some more sewer repair and scanning and stuff like that. Any questions on the sewer fund?
How much did you say our balance is gonna be, Stephanie, at the
At
end?
the end of this year, it'll be 409.
409.
409. I do, and I will say this over and over again until I'm out of breath. We do need to pay this back, but there is no reason that we should be recommending expenses towards it. It is money that we owe ourselves. It was a mistake that was made by past councils and is one that we can fix over years and not over months. The next budget is the liquid fuels fund. This is mandated by Pennsylvania to be used on the maintenance of borough roads. We use this funding for our winter salt purchases and all of our street lighting. And you can see that budget and where we are. It kind of is what it is. We get so much money from the state. And we spend it, you know. We did, it looks like at one time you had an overabundance in your liquid fuels fund, so, that's why we're able to kind of spend more than we have in it, that we bring it from the state. Will those things change? Yes, and there will be a chance that some things will have to move to the general fund, but not this year. Next is your ARPA or your American Rescue Plan. In 2024, we will complete the spending of these funds. They will be used for street paving and ADA ramps that were already approved in 2023. And you can see where that money will go.
So how are we gonna spend the $384?
We'll put it towards street paving or something. Yeah, it'll go somewhere. Last but not least is the capital fund. This is the newest fund of the Borough of Verona. This fund was started in 2023 with the advice of our auditor. These funds will be used for projects within the borough. In 2024, monies will be used to. This year, we started this account actually in November with $200,000 from our fund balance, because our goal is to always have 2 months of cost in our fund balance. So we moved some of that excess money into a capital fund so that we were able to start looking at street paving and other items that the borough might need done. This year for 2024, $75,000 will come out for street paving. And I'll show you where all that goes in a second. On your last page, you have the capital projects that we are either committed to or are hoping to hear about, and I spelled several wrong. And I want you all to know Teresa looked at that. That means she missed that. So you will see that we have a project for the parks that's been in development for a year now. That money will be spent in 2024. The grant is $75,000. The cost to the borough will be about $20,000. We have sewer linings, which we continue to do for Alcoasand. That project's been committed and that will go through the sewer fund. The safe neighborhood demolitions of 3 homes has been committed, and then yesterday at 2 o'clock, we heard about the 4th home, which will be coming from a different fund and it will be paid for also. We have a $100,000 grant written out for the paving of Center between 2nd and 1st, like right in there where.
First and Athletic.
Yeah, where they just finished off work. It's actually supposed to be done this year, but due to some issues, it'll be done in the spring. We have a grant out to GEDTF for the paving of quite a few roads. Which the total approximate cost of that grant is $219,000. We are not sure if we're gonna get that grant, but that will be done. Another grant for sewer linings, and then there was a planning grant for parks that we had submitted that we have not heard from yet.
Do you remember which grant sources those 2 were?
They say on the side, I can't read them.
GTRP was the part.
Oh, I see. PA Small Water and Sewer.
Yeah,
and
I can't read them
GTRP.
because the picture of the people are on the side and I can't see them up there. On my computer, the people are on the side.
People in the chat.
not grant funded that, but will be completed are 4 ADA ramps that were approved by the council in, I think, September. At a cost of about $15,000, that comes from ARPA. The paving of the roadways, we have $129,500 budgeted of our own money. And that will be decided by the paving policy and by which, if we get the grant, the GEDTF grant above. And then $11,500 for the restaining of the circle at East Railroad and South. And the three at the bottom either came from ARPA funds, capital funds, or general funds, and are all already concluded into the budget.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Very nice.
That was-
Question, so for instance, the 20,000 on the first line coming from the general fund. The cost to the borough, that's in the budget,
Anything that is cost to the borough is in the budget, and it tells you which fund it's coming out of.
even if it's not committed.
Even if it's not committed, it was written into the budget.
Okay,
Yeah, two columns to the right of that, it says what fund coming out of.
no, I understand which fund it's coming out of, I just wasn't sure, because last year, when we were figuring things out, or the year before, there were some things that weren't gonna be due right away. So like, when we were in 22, even though we were gonna get grants, we weren't gonna have to pay the matches until
This year, even
24.
any grant that we applied for, except for one, which is not included in here, because it was gonna be a grant that probably wouldn't come due until 2025, is in the budget.
Okay,
So let's just say we don't get the paving of the road, which, God, that's gonna drive me nuts. That's $44,000 we have sitting in the budget.
yeah,
That we could actually put towards
Paving of the roads.
paving of the roads directly.
Yeah.
instead of
It
Mhm.
just,
Actually part.
each. Questions?
no,
Yeah, I have a question on the animal control. Have we heard from them?
Yeah, we talk to them all the time.
Okay, 'cause they're supposed to come through town and give us a report.
They come through town, we get a once a month report. And they do come through town, they don't come in unless we call them.
See, they're supposed to drive through, I believe in their contract when we
It does
did it.
not say that in the contract. In the contract, it says that they are required to call to come. Cause I reread the contract.
Something was missed out of there when it was written in, that we, you know, back then, board missed. But do they give us a report?
Yes. I mean, they tell us if they've been out, if they've had to do anything or anything like that.
It's on the bill.
Yeah, it's on the
Yeah,
bill.
they got this or that.
Are they still a no-kill?
They are still in no kill.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
so this will be advertised on Thursday.
It'll be posted here on Thursday. It'll be in the paper. Unfortunately, the paper only comes out. You can only advertise on certain days, so.
What about, okay,
It won't advertise in the paper till Friday.
right, and what about like our local stuff, like on the website?
It'll be on the website,
Okay,
but it won't go up until Thursday.
On demolition, what's going on Church Street?
That house, it needs to stay in exec session for right now due to some legalities. We're working with our solicitor.
Any other questions for Stephanie on the budget? Thank you, Stephanie. Next up,
Oh, I
That's
guess
you.
that's me.
That's you again.
The AV, you guys had some time to look at it. This would be the new AV equipment for in here. My suggestion, if you go to the back, would be we use the $10,000 we have budgeted in the ARPA funds. And then pay $106 monthly. Until it's paid off.
Option two.
Option two.
Option two.
That would I.
No, you didn't say
Okay,
it.
yeah, I would say option two. And it's up for a motion,
Under action.
under action items, unless you have any questions.
So that's also keeps them coming back basically as well. Yeah,
Right,
Keeps them under contract.
Keeps them
Yeah.
under contract.
right.
good. Yeah, that was sort of where I was leaning.
So unless anybody has any questions about that, that would be my recommendation, but that's up to you.
I think we all discussed at last meeting, was gonna take it home and read up on it and, you know, hopefully we all did and we got the answers we wanted.
My suggestion is actually option one. Because the difference in total cost between option one and option two is only about $600 a year.
I think one of the go ahead, I'm sorry.
And then we could take that $10,000 and put it towards paving. And then the security updates that we need in the administrative office, I think could come out of we're talking about a couple $1,000 probably, could come out of those budget surplus.
After talking to Stephanie, I understand what you're saying. She likes the fact that we have a monthly cost.
No, option
He's
one
talking,
has the
he's
monthly
talking
cost too.
option one.
You're talking option two, that they keep coming back, right?
Option one, they keep coming back.
The option one, they keep coming back to, they
Release it. We don't put.
We
no
just
down
pay a
payment
little more
on it,
a month.
Pay more monthly.
Any, any other,
Well, I guess we can discuss it under when we make a motion. I mean, I don't care either way. You know, I'm just looking at what she's suggesting.
Either way. It's either.
What is your,
Okay,
since you put it that way, what is your?
okay. I mean, option two was the better of the choices between option two and option three. I like option one for one reason is, some money could be pushed from ARPA, some towards street paving, some towards some stuff that we need to purchase to make the offices a little more secure.
Yeah.
My decision to you is option one or option two. I don't like option three. I just don't like I'm
Yeah,
just
I don't
not
think
one of those
anybody's-
people that, buy something and says, okay, I'm done. So,
My question to you was, if we went with option one, would that throw a monthly wrench into
no,
your budget planning?
no, you
That's
would,
3,000.
you'd still have,
Okay,
I made sure no matter.
then
what,
I'm fine with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
I
I mean,
mean,
what Red said makes less.
and my feeling is, yes, we're still paying it $106 a month, but I can't imagine this tech company gonna keep on giving us service for that $100 a month. Where the $300 a month is.
Yeah.
Is some money.
Good points, good
I mean, we're
points.
saving $3,000, but we're paying $3,000 more, but we're saving $10,000 in ARPA money.
yes,
And
That,
the $3,000 over 5 years, like I said, is only $600 a year.
yes, and either way, both works in the budget, that's not an issue whatsoever. The nice thing about the other one is you can get locked files,
We can get what?
locked
well,
files.
well, maybe, do we have any wiggle room to get locked files anyway?
No,
I don't know, when I subtract 1272 from 3984, that's $2,700 a year more
but you're,
according to these numbers.
look at it this way. What he's saying and what I said in the first place was you're spending $10,000 right off the bat of ARPA money. Which part of that you could add towards street paving and part of that you could add towards something else. So in the long run, it's only $3,000 cheaper throughout the contract, but you're spending $10,000 upfront. It's like when you buy a house.
No, what Red said,
Yeah.
She saved $7,000.
Just like when you buy a house, the more money you lay down, the lower your payments are, but over the long run,
Give them the money to buy downspouts.
you have no money about
Right.
downspouts or windows.
Yeah, if we can afford it, I would rather put the ARPA money toward paving and just.
As long as it's in the, as long as it's in the budget and Stephanie says it is, I'm good with that.
It's in the budget.
All right. Any more questions? We'll bring them up under the motion. If that's okay with everybody.
The last thing I just wanted to remind you, the IMPC ordinance is advertised on Friday morning. This is to move from the 2015 edition to the 2018.
That's the building codes,
That's the building code.
right? Is that it, Stephanie? Thank you. Finance, Dr. Carpenter?
Thanks. So I have down here finance committee update, and the update is we didn't have a committee meeting. So, there are several reasons why we ended up, not having the meeting on, Monday. So. And of course, there won't be a finance committee meeting in December because that day would be Christmas. So our next meeting will be in January. What I wanted to add is that I will be looking at, some goals for the finance committee for 2024. And, my vision, asking the other people on the committee for their vision for the finance committee. I am going to be attending the local government academy course. So I hope to learn some more things about chairing a finance committee through attending that course. So that's basically all I have from a finance committee standpoint. And I just hope everybody had a good holiday for their Thanksgiving holiday. Thank you.
Thank you. Recreation and community events, Mr. Craig?
Nothing to update. We didn't have a meeting and we won't be having a meeting in December because it's right after Christmas.
Very good, thank you. Public safety, Mrs. Provenza?
Yes, we have, ordinance here. Going to have to be voted on. It's gonna be advertised the same day that the IMPC is going to be advertised. And then will be voted on January 12th. Or December 12th, sorry about that.
That's it, Mrs. Provenza?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you. Communications, Mr. Floda?
I have no update at this time, and I also will not be having a committee meeting in December. We're still waiting. We're gonna vote on AV equipment tonight, and I don't really do anything until we see what we're gonna get.
Right.
And it gets installed. We'll start fresh at the beginning of the year and start figuring out all this new equipment.
Very good, thank you. Infrastructure and asset management, Ms. Zach Showalter?
So
Trish, you there?
if she's.
You're muted.
She might be unavailable.
If she's unavailable, she asked me to talk a little bit about our last meeting for the infrastructure committee. And glad you to help me. Try to forget anything, but this paper that I had printed up is a list that Trish compiled as a result of us walking around town a couple of months ago and looking at the signs. We also, a couple of years ago, walked around with Patrick from LTAP. And he was telling us a lot about the signs. And the sign colors particularly that I guess are dictated by the state. And a lot of our signs need to be improved. So I think that the ones that are highlighted in pink are ones that, if I recall, Stephanie, remind me if this is correct, that that we could go ahead and replace pretty quickly. This is a draft, so it's not, written in stone. This list, basically, the general rule of thumb is that signs that have a white background and red letters is for where parking is totally prohibited, like either during a certain time or whatever, like no parking. And green writing with a white background is for signs that say that parking is permitted during certain times. So I think that Stephanie's gonna be getting with DPW and take an inventory of the signs that they already do have and working on it for the new year. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, we have the list. We'll go through. We have tons of signs. We'll make sure which ones we already have, which ones we may need to purchase. But the big thing is some of these signs we probably do already have. It's just when this list came out, the boys were right in the middle of, cleaning up, getting ready for fall, doing leaves. So I figured in the winter when it's cold and they're stuck inside freezing in their building because it's cold in there, we can review the signs and do an audit.
Very good.
So that's about it I'm doing my best to give Tricia's report, but that's,
Very good. Thank you, Nancy.
thanks.
Community development, Mr. Long?
No update this time. Might be having.
So basically, there's no meetings in December.
No committee meeting.
No committee meetings other than our business meeting
December 12th.
that we're having at 6 p.m.
Which makes sense, because a month later, these might get all the shots
Right.
anyway, so who wants to start a big
Right.
project?
Yeah.
Right.
Then pass it off to somebody else, like, hey, look what I started for you.
Okay, at this time, we're gonna go to action items. I'd like to have a motion to approve the December 12th meeting time change.
I'll
to
make
6
that motion.
Second by Dr. Carpenter, or first by Dr. Carpenter, second by Mr. Long. Any questions? All in favor? Pose? Passed. Next, I'd like to have a motion to approve the purchase of the AV equipment from AJ Technologies.
I would
Make
make
that-
that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, who's making a motion?
I am, and option one being the.
Mr. Long is making a motion for
I'll second that.
option one, second by Mr. Craig. Any questions?
Okay, so there's just something that I'm wondering about, Steph. Maybe you can tell me how this comes together. It says on this chart that yearly we'd be paying $39.84 for option one and $12.72 for option two, which is a difference of about $2,700
You can't, because that, you're taking the total.
per year.
Yeah.
Per year. I mean, it's,
Even if you did it that way, that's still $3,600 difference.
$3,600
Wait,
difference.
it's 5 years, so be like $5,000. If you're putting $10,000 down, the difference between
It's 2,700 a year.
it's 2,700 a year.
Well, this isn't $10,000 a year. It's a one-time payment of $10,000.
Right, but if you put, it's, okay, if you buy a house and you put $40,000 down. And you drop your payments to $500. But once you put that $40,000 down, you have no money to do anything else. You're not actually saving. The theory is you take the $10,000 you have right now, use that towards stuff that the borough needs right now and pay the $3,900 a year. It still balances out by the end of the term.
Well, I mean, in the end, I mean, I hear what you're saying, Red, when you average it over 5 years, but
You have to.
I'm
look at
just
what
saying
the
that it-
Final cost is
yeah,
between option one and option two.
The total cost,
right.
there's $3,000 difference. Divide
Yeah,
that
and
by
I know
5 is
that's, I
600.
get it, I get it. I just, I don't know, I've never been a fan of spending more money on something
Well, we're
and
spending less.
spending,
We're sending the same, we're spending in the long run approximately. Actually, you're saving, I mean, it
You're
depends on
saving
how you wanna look
$10,000
at
to
it.
spend.
So if you have $10,000 and $7,000, that $10,000 goes to street paving. That's an investment in street paving that you wouldn't have if you paid off the AV equipment straight. 10,000.
the total of the 16,360 includes the 10,000.
Yes. It'd be different if you were saving $10,000, but you're not. At the end of the day, you're only saving $3,000.
Well, 3,600.
Okay, $3,600. It's like leasing a car, as my husband will tell you, any
Mhm.
day, anytime. You
Yeah,
don't lay money down when you lease a car because you're never gonna get it back out.
right, well. I don't know, I would never lease a car, that's just me.
Well, that's great. But I mean, it's the same way with the copy machine, how we pay for the copy machine. It's the same way how we pay for lots of things. I mean, both copy machines are paid for on lease payments. We unfortunately are not a corporation that can buy something straight out outright and not have to worry about that cost.
And copy machines and stuff like that are outdated in a year,
Yeah,
so it's
and
better to lease them so you can get them
there's,
swapped out.
yeah, and that's the thing. We can swap this equipment out 4 years from now. And then.
Well, we can do that whether we do option 1 or 2, can't we?
Yeah, but you've still already spent that $10,000.
So I'm just curious why you recommended option 2, and now it sounds like you're changing your mind.
Because I felt that option 2 was where the board was leaning. I was asked. This was what I, it probably, every once in a while, you make a decision to do it on something that you shouldn't make your decisions on. But as a recommendation to the board, this is where everybody told me they were at. So that was what I had said, that was where we were at, that was under my impression. I never was under that impression. In fact, if you remember in the first meeting, I did say I preferred option 1, but that's not where you guys were. So I assumed.
And that's why I ask everybody, give us the time to.
And
Yeah.
a little bit ago, she said she was picking option 2 as opposed to option 3, not option 2 out of the 3.
Yeah, I didn't like 3, and if I had to pick one, I was gonna pick option 2. If I could pick the greatest one, I'm picking option 1. That's the one I had said all along to the finance committee, which you were at that meeting. I said was the option I wanted or was recommending. That the option I prefer, but that was not the option that I was told.
And at the last meeting, I said I was okay with either option 1
Yeah.
or option 2, but hearing Red and people discuss it, I think it does make more sense to spend or save that $10,000 for road paving if we have it in the budget.
Put that to a couple other projects.
Yeah.
Answer your question, Nancy?
Yeah, I just always have a problem spending more money.
You're not spending, I mean, over 5 years, but
It's $712 more per year. I'm not saying that I disagree with anybody here. I'm just, this is a big commitment. I just want to think it through. and
Well,
have
that's
us
why I said
think it
last
through
meeting,
Together.
let's take it home and think it through, and that's what everybody come back with tonight.
I think we have a motion on the table. On the-
Yes, we have a motion on the floor and we have a second. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Who was the second on that motion?
Right.
Oh, Craig. Announcements and information, Mrs. Provenza?
Yes, thank you. Newsletter, the holiday edition of the newsletter went to the mail room down here at the post office today. So we probably will have it in our mailbox, if not tomorrow. And the ads for the spring edition are due Friday, February the 1st. And to place your article, please contact Donald Wharf at 412-828-3607 or his email, veronanewsroom@gmail.com. And to place ads, I can be reached at 412-828-7726. I spoke with President Stephanie Garibay today, and they are scheduling a Christmas party for the Verona Chamber on Saturday, December the 16th. Location is to be determined. We don't have an exact yet. And I didn't know the young lady was coming today from Chase, so believe it or not, I called the bank today to see when they were going to open. And they gave me the date of December the 5th. And also Stephanie asked if I would please, from the chamber, extend best wishes for a speedy recovery to Chief Fackler. And I would add to that our council too, we send warmers the very best wishes for a complete and speedy recovery to Chief Ray, Chief Fackler. Twin Borough Ministries, the next community dinner is going to be tomorrow at the Methodist Church from 4:30 to 6:30. And it will be hosted by the Verona Chamber of Commerce. And if anybody would like to come up and help serve, they have to be there at 4 o'clock. And dining hall is still open at this time for eating indoors. Verona Historical Society, there will be no meeting in December. The annual Christmas party is going to be held at the Olive Garden at Pittsburgh Mills on Thursday, December the 14th at 5 o'clock. The cutoff date for reservations is Monday, December the 11th. And if you're interested in calling, if you're interested in attending, please call Rhoda Wharf at 412-828-3607 so that she can add you to the list. Along,
Sorry, Sylvia, what time is that dinner?
5 o'clock. Okay, Along, along with the Allegheny County Boroughs Association, they're going to hold a general membership meeting / Christmas party. That'll be Thursday, December the 14th at Holy Trinity Center at 985 Providence Boulevard. And that is in the McCandless Township area of North Hills.
That's
those
awesome.
that are interested in attending, need to, well, first of all, you need to give a reservation, which is going to be no later than Tuesday, December the 5th. And they're also asking that everyone bring a toy because the police always give toys to the needy children. It's not to be wrapped, just bring it. And, if there's anything below, yeah. No.
Did you send that in yet, Stephanie?
Yes. Okay, if there's any questions or comments, if not, this concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Provenza.
Right. I have an announcement, Ray. I think Stephanie put out a text and something on Facebook about this bus line redesign. There's going to be a meeting, whatever it says on the text, I think, is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow from, here, wait. 4 to 6 at the Penn Hills Library. For people who are interested in giving their 2 cents into the bus line redesign.
I have a small amount.
Yes, sir.
The Lower Valley Athletic Foundation is once again in the middle of their holiday toy and clothing drive for local families. You can visit Lower Valley Athletic Foundation's Facebook page to see a list of all the businesses that have donation boxes in them. We will be collecting the boxes right around December 18th and distributing to the families around December 20th.
Very good, thank you. Anybody else? This time I'll take comments from the public. You'll please approach a podium or raise your virtual hand in 3 minutes. I don't see anybody. I'll take the motion to adjourn. Motion by
Wait.
Mr.
We got a motion to executive.
Motion to executive that we don't have to come back. Motion by Mr. Long, second by Mrs. Provenza. Any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Thank you for coming to our workshop meeting tonight. Hope everybody has a good and safe, and stay warm. We can stop recording.
Yeah.
We can shut the mic.